Hi everyone, it's Anne here from English Valley Cafe. Today in this video, I like to just have a casual chat with you about the role that grammar plays in spoken English. Many of us start off learning English in a classroom setting, and probably one of the first things that we learn is grammar, the different parts of speech. And grammar is important because it's like the basic foundation, it's the structure of the language. So without the knowledge of grammar, you will not be able to form a coherent phrase or sentence that can be understood by English speakers, right? So your sentence might sound kind of funny or awkward, and people might not be able to understand you. So grammar is important. Now, there's something that I like to point out, and I think it's good to keep in mind as you work your way to become a proficient English speaker, and that is that grammar does not always correspond to the reality of spoken English. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Written English and spoken English are quite different, right? Spoken English is a little bit more informal. And you might notice that as you listen to English speakers, you're probably thinking, wait a second, what this person just said, something doesn't sound right, right? That's not the correct grammar, or that grammatical structure is not how I was taught in the classroom, in my English class. If we think about it, this is actually normal, and I think it happens in a lot of languages and not just English. So, considering that spoken English is informal, a lot of times you will hear English speakers using the incorrect grammatical structures, but it's accepted and understood by the society, by the people using the language. And I think there's something important to keep in mind is that language, the way it's spoken, it's shaped by the people using it. Let me give you some sentences that are not grammatically correct, but are accepted in spoken English by English speakers. This first one is very common. Me and my friend went to the gym. By me and my friend, huh? It's supposed to be my friend and I went to the gym. So this is a really good example where it's not grammatically correct, but this is accepted by a lot of English speakers in spoken English. People will be able to understand you, and it doesn't even sound awkward at all. Okay, so this is one good example that it's not grammatically correct, but everybody understands it. Another example, I saw the girl that was talking to the police officer. That? It's a girl. It's supposed to be who, right? I saw the girl who was talking to the police officer. But again, this is really common in spoken English, where we don't use who, but we'll use that to talk about or refer to a person. Here's another good example. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna. I talked about this mistake not too long ago in another video, and you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Anne, didn't you say it's supposed to be I'm gonna go? Yes, that's grammatically correct. But again, this is something that is accepted in spoken English, and you will hear people say I'm gonna. So these are just some examples of how we don't really follow the grammatical structure in spoken English. These are just some examples of how sentences are not grammatically correct, but they are accepted in spoken English by English speakers. And people speak this way, and it's very natural. Now, you might be thinking, well, then how should I speak? Should I use the correct grammar when I'm speaking? I think it's really up to you. If you feel comfortable speaking this way, then by all means, feel free to do it because it's actually a natural way to speak. But just know that this is not grammatically correct so that when you are writing, because writing is more formal, especially if you're writing essays or some kind of proposal for work, you want to make sure that you're using the correct grammar in your writing. But, other than that, when you're speaking or when you're writing just for like informal purpose, like chatting with a friend or just for something that is for leisure writing, then it's completely okay. To summarize, English grammar is important because that's like the basic structure foundation of the English language. But just know that when you are speaking or when you're listening to English speakers, there might be times where you will hear something that's not grammatical, but it's completely natural and it's accepted by English speakers. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, and if you enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you've been watching the videos here for a while, make sure you subscribe and tap on the bell icon so you get notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video.